Hey guys, welcome back to Monster Hunter Rise. Today we are ranking every single monster in the game currently as of April 17th in terms of their difficulty and how they were to fight for me as a Hunting Horn player new to Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter in general. So let's get to it. Okay, so we've got this up here. This is a tier maker. And you can see here we have a S, A, B, C, D, and F, and all the monsters here, including Chameleos, which we will not be ranking because obviously I don't know how it is to fight him because I've never fought him before and he's not currently in the game just yet. We gotta wait like 2 more weeks. So to start, I'm gonna put off some of the easier ones that I know right off the bat, like the Great Azuchi in F because he is a joke, man. He's like, I've killed him so many times. Kalulu. If there was a thing lower than F, Kalulu would be lower than the Azuchi. Azuchi is actually harder than the damn Kalulu. It's like the funniest thing. This guy's the easiest one in the game. Let's move on to the next one here is the Great Rogi. I'll actually put him at D because he often gets me with the poison, though he actually is still very easy to beat. He's just he has a little bit more stuff than like F, you know, the Great Azuchi and Kalulu, which are just terrible. They're just terrible. The Great Baggy, honestly, I'm going to put him in the same plate here with F. Like, these guys, they're just terrible. The Groggy is probably the hardest of those four, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about that. Okay, so now I'm going to look at the list starting just left and right because otherwise I'm going to lose my freaking mind trying to do this. Okay, so Aknosom, right? And now I'm thinking about these fights from the first time I encountered them, right? So I'm thinking about my very first times fighting them. Not like if I go in now and I like destroy half this list. Obviously, if I do that, I'm going to have like S rank for like maybe 3 monsters and everybody else like F because I'm like, I know how to beat all of these guys now. So instead, I'm measuring this in terms of how they were when I first had to fight them and learn their moves and, you know, like, and how they held up after I learned their moves, like, to deal with them. So Aknosom, I would say, honestly, he's actually not that hard. I'd put him at a C level for now. Like, I think he deserves a C level. We got Elmudron over here. Elmudron is a bane for many people. He actually isn't too hard for a Hunting Horn player. If you're trying to cut his tail off, I'm sure that's a whole different ball game with you guys with the sharp weapons. But Elmudron probably only finds himself maybe on an A. I'll put him on an A because he can be a little bit annoying. So, like, I understand that, but overall, he's not a monster I struggled with. But as I build this list, I might swap and change a few of these entries. Anjanath, this monster, I don't know, man. Like, some people say this guy was hard. This like little dragon bird thing. No, not dragon. It's like a dinosaur with wings. Like it looks super weird. It reminds me of a Utyranus with wings, right? So if you guys play Ark or any other dinosaur games, you might know what that means. But yeah, he looks like that. But he has never given me a problem at all. He was so easy to kill. I'd put him at B because he's a little bit more tough than Aknosom. He's definitely not as hard as Elmudron or anything else in the game. He's actually probably the first easy biggest monster. Like out of all the large like bigger monsters, he's probably the easiest for me. Honestly, you guys are gonna laugh at me, but Arzuros is probably on the same scale there. Now, Azurus isn't typically hard to kill, but damn, does he always get me with his stupid swiping attacks and his bum-bashing attack backwards. Like, it's just annoying. He's just... Like, I struggle with Azurus, okay? Like, I have problems. Honestly, I want to put him here because Elmudron and Azurus hit me the same amount. Honestly, I'm going to leave him there. You guys are going to laugh, but, like, Arzuros is literally one of my banes. Like, he's just, like I literally have to hit him once and then back off because otherwise he's gonna swipe me and knock me up in the air and I'm just like, fucking little shit. Like, you know, like he's frustrating. This one is Barioth, I believe. He's also super easy, didn't struggle with him. This one is Baroth. Holy shit, dude. Baroth. My first time fighting Baroth. This was the first dude who killed me. Like, you guys are gonna laugh. Like I said, this list is based on how, like, you know, like I'm not talking about an end game level like fighting these guys because obviously this list would be different. So this is from my first impressions fighting every single one of these monsters for the first few times and how it went on as I learned their like attacks, right? So Baroth was the first dude who killed me because he stuns you so frequently and he I hate fighting him. He's just even in endgame, I still struggle with this dude. He's not the hardest monster, but he's like a Zuros for me. He just has those stupid attacks that I just can't avoid because I'm so stupid to avoid them. Barrios, I'll probably put it A. He smacked me around quite a lot, but when I was playing with the Hinoa kind of village quests, I was trying to get the Barrios set because it looks so beautiful. You know, the hunting horn set from the demo was what actually one of the things that inspired me to play hunting horn because I was like, it looks beautiful. I want that. I want that. I'm just so sad that I'm not able to just wear that and have that as like a transmog on my armor what I'm wearing right now because I would literally wear the same armor for endgame if I could change my armor to look like other armors, but we don't have that right now. So Barrios, he smacked me around a lot because he does a rolling thing. Like you guys should know him. Like he literally does a rolling thing, and sometimes he like shoots fire out his sides. I think that was one of his attacks. I'm not too sure. I think it is, but he does the rolling thing, and that was super annoying, and that clipped me a lot of times. I had to actually cut this guy's tail off playing the longsword for the very first time. That was very fun. Bishatin, honestly, on Aknasom, like he was not hard for me. I know a lot of people struggled with him, but Bishatin was one of the easier ones for me to beat. He actually got harder in my end game, but like when I first started fighting him and like learning his moves, I was like, oh, I thought this dude was gonna be difficult. You just have to keep moving in a circle, just make sure he doesn't fling shit at you, and like like, and by shit I mean like those stupid berries, like Chameleos we don't have in the game. Diablos. Holy crap, dude. Diablos. Diablos is going straight to the top of my list here. This was the second monster that killed me in this game. This was the second time I ever carted. It was against Diablos because Diablo, dude, this guy, these heavy guys, the Baroth and Diablos, they just hit hard and they have hard skin, and you have to hit them in places where it's soft, and it's just the hard dudes smack me, dude. They smack me around. Gosharog. Now, Gosharog is quite interesting. When I first fought him, he's about probably I probably put him at A, to be honest. You know what? I'm actually going to move Elmudron down here because I didn't struggle with him. I'm sorry. I just didn't. Like, he's on the same level as these guys now that I see it. Now that this list is making sense to me. It's just, I'm looking at this as Arzuros and I'm like, dude, are you really putting Arzuros on an A? Dude, really? Okay. So, Gosarog makes his way up here on A. He wasn't too hard. He's hard for me now at like end game, but that's because I have like a really, really bad resistance to ice. And I don't really make builds for different types of resistances, or I don't make things to destroy certain types of like monsters. I'm just like, okay, this build, I'm gonna use this build against everything. Some monsters it's good at, others it's not, obviously, because of certain resistances and elements that I'm using. Like I'm using, I don't even know what I'm using anymore. I used to use Thunder. Now I don't use Thunder because it changed my build. So things are always a bit different for me. But Gosarog is generally quite an easy monster to fight. He will smack me around a little bit, but he won't give me too much trouble or, more than like, like a Diablos or Baroth or anything. But he's definitely not as weak as Elmudron and Barioth and Anjanath, in my opinion. This one is the Juratotis. I think it's pronounced, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, it was like the first monster that was like, kind of like, oh, this is a name I've never seen before. I believe it was like one of the special missions that you use the special quest that you unlock one of the next hunter ranks, if I recall correctly, in the hub quests. And I was like, I don't know, I gotta hunt this guy, and I've never heard of it before. And he's like a fishy looking dude. I don't remember how he was, but honestly, I think he was around a B level. Like, he reminded me of Elmudron in a kind of way, but I think he's completely different. I don't really remember that fight that much. I haven't really fought him since then. I think I've only got like 1 or 2 hunts on him, and I don't recall them. Alright, so now we're going to talk about Kezu. Kezu, my boy Kezu, the guy who cannot see and has a creepy, weird shaped head. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And he's got like, like a mouth at the end of it. It's super freaky. Honestly, I'm putting him on the same level here. The first few times, he was actually okay. I've never really struggled with Kezu. I mean, sure, some of his attacks put me to sleep, and I was like, shit, how do I wake up? What do I press to wake up? But other than that, I was just like, okay, he's okay. You're going to laugh at me again? Lagombi. Hey, Lagombi is like Azuros on drugs. Lagombi moves too much. He's all over the place. Trying to hit Lagombi is the hardest, annoyingest thing ever. It's literally, it makes so much sense because Lagombi's like a rabbit. Rabbits move all over the place really quickly. Like, they can outrun so many different things, dude. They're insane. Lagombi represents that very well. He is annoying. He's annoying. Not so much that he hits me, It's more that I just can never get to his location, and sometimes he jumps on me and like hits me. So I mean, yeah, Lagombi. Magnamalo straight to the top of the list because the fuck every see the first time I fought this guy was in the demo. And you guys remember the demo? If you played the demo and you've had to fight Magnamalo, holy son of a I tried so many I literally used 30 tries and I think I built like maybe 20 hours of game time played on the demo just fighting Magnamalo. Like I had like 40 hours played on the demo, like before the game came out. I spent 40 hours playing the demo because Monster Hunter was my first franchise game. For this one is Rise was my first Monster Hunter game. And I was like, well, I gotta learn the game as much as I can if I want to make tutorials on it for people who are probably already gonna know the game. So I'm gonna have to try learn it as fast as I can. And I sucked at the beginning, dude. Izuchi was killing me. Izuchi was killing me. I hate to admit that. But Magnamalo was, dude, like to this day, I don't like fighting him. I think I have like nightmares about like the stuff that he did to me, the jumping up in the air and the whacking me and the smacking me and doing. Yeah, he's definitely up there. He's harder than Diablos and Baroth for sure. Honestly, if I had to change this list, let's do this. We're gonna move it a bit like this here, right? So I'm going to change it like this, and we're going to put it like that. Okay, that makes more sense. There we go. So we changed that. That's the setup over here. Mizutsune. The first time I fought Mizutsune, he was like the intermediate level monster on the demo, and I was like, okay, he's kind of scary as shit. He killed me a few times, and I was like, I don't want to fight him again. He moves too quick. Like I'm just going to keep fighting Izuchi, dude. Like Izuchi's more my pace. Wow, how I have grown since that moment, dude. I have grown. Mizutsune right now is an absolute joke to me, dude. He is a joke to me. He's on this level. He's easy as fuck, dude. I don't struggle with Mizutsune at all. He's honestly between C and D right now because I can deal with him so easy. He's easy, dude. He's easy. Nargacuga. Nargacuga is probably on B. Like, actually, no, that's a lie. He's on C. Like the first time I fought him, I thought he was going to be difficult. Surprisingly, he's quite easy to adjust to and fight. Like he's a lot of the monsters. If you just keep like fighting them while moving in a circle, you literally avoid most of their attacks. And I was using the one switch skill for the hunting horn, the one that changes your ZR, your perform. I think it was the melody of echo, and it changes the way you can do it. And you can basically use that attack plus A over and over again. So you use ZR and then A, then ZR, then A, and then you can go in a circle while still attacking the monster. So as he's like turning to face you, you're basically moving around him, but smacking him at the same time. That's how I actually destroyed a lot of these monsters while I was playing the games. It's so easy. So Nargacuga wasn't difficult for me, so he finds his way on this C here. Pukey! Oh my god, dude, this is what a weird monster. It reminds me of a mount from World of Warcraft. Honestly, like it reminds me of a special store mount that you can get at World of Warcraft. And he wasn't hard. I don't really have much to say about him. He's just like poison. Poison doesn't really mean much to me. I'm just like, okay, cool. My health is ticking down a little bit. I mean, that's okay. The monster's still easy to smack around and kill. My boy Rajang. Oh yeah, he's going straight to the top, dude. The first time I fought this guy, he was hard. He was very hard. He smacked me around like a lot. Like until some people told me that he basically has a lot of straightforward attacks, and if you're at the back of him, you generally are okay. Like he doesn't really. You can learn him quite easily. Like I've fought him quite a few times now, and honestly, I had to change like my opinion. I made a video called like my 3 hardest monsters. Rajang's not my hardest anymore. My hardest is not Rajang anymore. Honestly, I think it's actually probably Magnamalo. Magnamalo is still my nemesis, dude. I think I got easier. I got better at fighting Rajang, so Rajang became less of a threat. So Magnamalo just kind of like took the spot of like being harder. So I definitely think Magnamalo is my hardest monster right now. Rakna Kadaki. Now this one was a very surprising one. Honestly, like I was like, when am I gonna see this monster, dude? This is like the last monster I ever like discovered in the game, besides like the lost monsters, like the elder dragons. But Ragnar Kadaki was, like this infamous kind of like you only fight it for like Hunter rank 7, and you're like, dude, you must be super strong to be like this far up, and I haven't seen you at all in the entire game. I finished like 1 to star 7 on the village quests, and then I went in and I started the hub. And I just never saw Ragnar Kadaki the entire time through the village quest. So by the time I saw Ragnar Kadaki was easy. I put this on C. Ragnar Kadaki was not difficult for me at all. I could destroy this monster. Sure, get burnt and hurt a little bit, at more than like is how every other monster kind of injures you, right? Like if I had to actually change up this list a bit, I can like differentiate a bit more. Like for example, Ragnar Kadaki is more like a B and a C. Nargacuga is also probably B and a C. Mizutsune is like a C and a D. Juratos I think is more like just a C. Kezu's like yeah about C. Elmotron's like C. Yeah, so like those are fine. Like it's Ragnar Kadaki who pushes more this side and Nargacuga which pushes more that side. So Ragnar Kadaki was not a threat to me at all. Rathalos. My boy Rathalos. Yes, like, dude. Rathalos didn't make my top 3 hardest monsters video, but damn, he is definitely one of the hardest monsters to fight. The first few times I fought him, he burnt me a lot, so many times. It was uncomfortable. It was annoying. It was like learning to fight Rathian's dad. Like it was just, I didn't like it. Rathalos is hard. Rathian finds his way at A. Now, actually, I'm going to put you at B. Rathian, now the reason why I do that is also because of the demo. Like, when I first fought this monster and learned to fight it was on the demo, and I got smacked around by those poison attacks and things all the time. Honestly, maybe I have to be a bit more realistic and not compare it to the demo and compare it to the actual release game. Because the release game, by the time I was fighting him, he's here. He's honestly hasn't presented a problem to me at all. Like, he's actually really been okay. He's been alright to fight. I haven't actually struggled with him at all. The Royal Ludroth. A Royal Ludroth. Man, it's been a while since I hunted one of these. I think he's also on C. He's also on C. He's not too hard. If I recall, not too hard. Which is a monster here that I said puts you to sleep? Because I think I got that wrong. Kezu is not the one who puts you to sleep. I apologize. Earlier, I think I said Kezu puts you to sleep. I just remembered that it's Somnicanth that does that. Somnicanth puts people to sleep and has really annoying attacks and smacks and things and really annoying just crowd control. Like, Somnicanth knows how to control you. If you're taking control of the fight, you're in a good position. But if Somnicanth is doing stuff and hitting you and smacking you around, you can easily just get destroyed by the stupid monster. Not really destroyed, like killed, but annoying things like, oh my god, I'm sleeping again, or this is happening, or, different blights and effects. I can't even think right now what it does. It's been a while since I hunted a Somnicanth. But the Somnicanth was definitely harder than these ones, in my opinion, because of that stupid sleep thing. It used to put me and my buddies to sleep, and we'd just be like, okay, we're just gonna wait until you smack me again, I guess. I mean, that's just how it's gonna happen. Tetranodon. Now, this is the only monster that I find easier than, like, Bishoton and Aknosom and everything. Tetranodon is so easy, man. Like, this monster's just too easy. Yeah, like, I find Tetranodon like an entry-level monster. Much like how we have him in our training rooms. He's easy. Yeah, I'm sorry. He's an easy monster. He's probably between my D and F. I mean, I could probably actually put him in D. Like, to be fair, I could put him in D. He's not as easy as, like, Azuchi and Kalulu. But he's still a very easy monster. Tigrex finds himself here on A. He's not an extreme pain in the butt, but he can be a little annoying. Like, and it's still not too bad. Tobi Kadachi, definitely not the hardest monster to fight. Honestly, I fought him in, I think, a quest for my first Royal Ludroth, and I was like, this guy, I killed him, and then I was like, okay, cool, time to kill the quest monster, which is, the Royal Ludroth. And Tobi Kadachi was really cool to, like, ride. He's my favorite monster to ride. Like, out of all the monsters in Wyvern riding, Tobi Kadachi has the coolest damn attacks. Like, the fact that he, like, flies up and then, like, dive bombs down and attacks, I was like, that's so cool! I love it! It's one of my favorites to ride. It's just so damn cool. And in terms of killing him, he's not really hard at all. He's okay. I can deal with him. Volvidon! Oh my boy, dude. This damn droid that likes to fart on you and roll around, dude. Honestly, he was annoying. Like, you might be surprised, but I put him up here because every time I fought him that I can remember from now, because I haven't hunted him in a while, he's always presented a problem for me and smacking me and doing stuff to me, and I was just like, how do I hit you? He's like Azuros, but like a little bit more stronger than Azuros, right? So he's got that really annoying vibe to him. I just find him super annoying in that way. And then we have Zinogre, which you guys should know is on my S rank here. Zinogre in his base form is probably his base form. Like without being powered up, he's here. You know, he's just a little bit of a threat. Like he hits me sometimes. He can be annoying. But honestly, the moment this guy collects his power and you don't stun him or you don't stop him, once he has that like lightning all lit up on his back, dude, immediately he goes here. He is super annoying once he like ranks up and levels up that high so quickly, dude. It's absolutely insane how he does that. And yeah, that is my tier list, guys. This is what we're looking at. This is my tier list of how difficult the monsters were to me, and like their stuff throughout the game, and also trying to kind of just like looking at a complete overall view of the game from beginning to end, how the monsters are ranked to me. Because obviously if this was an end game thing, obviously all the easy monsters would be basically at the bottom and all the hardest monsters would be at the top. It might be very different from your list depending on what weapon you played, or just depending on what monster clicked with you and you understood it. Let me know in the comments below which one here is the most surprising to you, and also let me know which one makes the most sense to you. Like, which one do you agree with the most, and which one do you not agree with the most? Because I'm sure some of you are going to be like, no, dude, the Great Baggy is the S rank. Something like that. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. We can chat about it, make some fun about it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have made it this far, I'm super proud of you, man. This is a long video so far. And it was very interesting to talk about this. I actually wanted to do it for a while. And thank you guys for being around here. And thanks for watching.